So I was playing some older games recently, and it got me thinking, why do some games just never get old? Like, you boot them up today, and they're still incredible, while others feel ancient the moment you touch them. Today I want to talk about 10 games that genuinely don't care what year it is. These aren't just good for their time, they're still legitimately amazing in 2025. And honestly, some of them put modern games to shame. Let's dive in. Okay, can we just talk about how gorgeous this game still looks? When Wind Waker came out, people were actually mad about the art style. They wanted realistic graphics, not this cartoon stuff. Well, joke's on them because those realistic games from 2002 look like hot garbage now, while Wind Waker could have been released yesterday. The cell shading was such a smart choice. It's basically future-proof. And honestly, sailing around that ocean is still one of the most zen experiences in gaming. Sometimes I just boot it up to cruise around and vibe to the music. This game is 30 years old. 30! And it's still better than most RPGs coming out today. That's actually insane when you think about it. Everything about Chrono Trigger just works. The story hits different every time you play it, the characters feel real, and don't even get me started on that soundtrack. Corridors of Time still gives me goosebumps every single time. Plus, it has like 12 different endings, which was mind-blowing back then and is still pretty cool now. Most games today barely manage one good ending. Super Metroid does something that modern games with their quest markers and tutorials just can't. It respects your intelligence. This game never tells you where to go, but somehow you always know. The atmosphere is incredible too. You genuinely feel alone on this alien planet, but not in a boring way. In like a holy crap, what was that noise way. And when you finally get the space jump, or the screw attack, chef's kiss. Modern Metroidvanias are great and all, but they're all trying to be this game. Look, Baldur's Gate 3 is amazing, we all know that. But BG2, this is still the king of party-based RPGs. The writing, the characters, the quests, everything is just next level. Your companions actually feel like real people with their own problems and personalities. And the side quests aren't just go kill 10 rats. They're these elaborate stories that can take hours to resolve. Sure, it's a bit clunky by today's standards, but once you get into it, you'll lose entire weekends to this game. What can I even say about Tetris that hasn't been said? It's just perfect, like mathematically perfect. 4 decades later, and people are still obsessed with it. There's competitive Tetris, Battle Royale Tetris, VR Tetris, and they all work because the core game is flawless. You know what's crazy? My mom, who thinks most video games are too complicated, can pick up Tetris and immediately understand it. That's the sign of brilliant design. Deus Ex was doing things in 2000 that most games in 2025 still can't figure out. Every problem has like 5 different solutions, your choices actually matter, and the conspiracy stuff? Still wild. Yeah, it looks rough now. Those character models are something. But the gameplay systems are more complex than anything coming out today. You can be a hacker, a soldier, a sneaky guy, or all 3 at once. This game basically predicted the future, which is both cool and terrifying. Super Mario World is what happens when you perfect something. The controls are so good that playing any other 2D platformer feels weird afterward. Every jump feels exactly right. Every power-up is balanced perfectly. Every level teaches you something new. It's like a masterclass in game design compressed into one cartridge. And Yoshi! Come on, who doesn't love Yoshi? That little guy carried my childhood. Skyrim is the game that just won't die. And honestly, good for it. Todd Howard keeps porting it to new devices, but people keep buying it because it's still fantastic. There's something magical about wandering around Skyrim. You'll start heading to one quest and somehow end up 3 hours later in a completely different part of the map, carrying 47 wheels of cheese for some reason. The modding community has kept this game fresher than most new releases. Want to turn dragons into Thomas the Tank Engine? There's a mod for that. Want realistic graphics? Covered. Want to play as a talking mud crab? Yeah, that exists too. Portal is as close to perfect as games get. It's the right length, perfectly paced, brilliantly written, and has one of the most innovative mechanics ever created. GLaDOS is still the best video game villain, fight me. She's funny, creepy, and oddly sympathetic all at once. And that ending song, Still Alive, is legitimately a banger. Every puzzle feels like a tiny victory, and when you finally understand how portals work, you feel like a genius. Was there ever any doubt? Minecraft isn't just a game that holds up, it's a cultural phenomenon that refuses to go away. I mean, it's basically digital Lego. Simple concept, infinite possibilities. Kids who weren't even born when it came out are playing it today and having their minds blown. The crazy part is how it keeps evolving while staying true to what made it great. New biomes, new mechanics, new features, but it's still the same game that made us all want to build ridiculous castles and dig straight down, even though we shouldn't. It's not just a game at this point, it's like a platform for creativity. People have built computers inside Minecraft. Actual working computers. That's not normal. So there you have it. 10 games that time apparently forgot to age. Graphics get old, technology changes, but great design? That's forever. These games nailed something so essential that they're still must-play experiences today. Did I miss any obvious ones? What games do you think belong on this list? Let me know in the comments. I love hearing about games that have stuck with you over the years. Thanks for watching, and I'll catch you in the next one.